Hey you guys, it's Britt. Today we're here to talk about the topic of criticism. I want to talk about high control groups, aka extreme influence, and how NPD can also tie into the topic of criticism. But I had a few thoughts, so if you're interested, please keep watching. I have some notes, so I will be reading in this video, so this will be a good one. If you want to listen only, that's cool. There's one thing that I automatically think of when I think about criticism, and I've talked about this differentiating between, is it criticism or is it just insults? If it's actual criticism, I'm here for it and we'll have a conversation about it. If you just don't like my opinion just because it's not your opinion, we might just have to see our differences, and that's okay. What I automatically go off of after that is there any truth to what's being said? Is it truthful? Is it correcting my information that I had and providing a new set of facts so that I can review the new set of facts? But I came across this and it says criticism can be tough to swallow, especially when directed at something you've poured your heart and soul into. Being a content creator, whether it's a piece of art, a random video you made, or even just an outfit you put together, negative feedback can sting and it make you feel like you want to give up. However, it's important to remember that criticism is not necessarily a reflection of your worth or the value of your work. Instead, it's simply an opinion or perspective offered by somebody else. I feel like it is so difficult to get some people to understand that. Oftentimes, somebody just saying that they disagree is automatically taken as an insult, and I don't take it that way at all. If somebody says, I don't like your opinion and this is how I feel, well, that's okay. I'm all here for people disagreeing. If you disagree with my opinion and you want to voice that, like, I'm going to get negative feedback on my videos. I've been getting negative feedback on my videos for over 3 years now. I've been uploading on YouTube for, a while, not as long as some other people, but I have been uploading content for a while now, and I totally understand how that works. The key is to not let criticism consume you. It's important to take a step back and evaluate the feedback objectively rather than getting defensive or sulking in despair. It can be tough for people to get criticism and keep going. And I feel like momentum on YouTube is something that I've struggled with in the past. I like to be really consistent, and when you put out an opinion that a lot of people just don't like or agree with, it can kind of get you off track for a little while. And I'm always one to say, like, take a break. If you need a break for your mental health and it's starting to affect you that way, like, always take a break. But you have to keep going. If you like making content and you like what you're doing and you're not hurting anybody by the content that you're creating, you got to keep going. And I know firsthand how difficult it can be. It continues and says, at the same time, it's crucial to not let criticism discourage you from pursuing what you actually enjoy doing, especially if your content is not hurting or exploiting anybody. Remember why you started in the first place and focus on the joy and fulfillment you get from your work. Instead of dwelling on negative feedback, use it to motivate yourself even harder to try to reach new heights. In short, handling criticism is all about finding a balance. Don't dismiss feedback outright, but don't let it consume you. Take it in stride, use it to improve, and keep doing what you love. Ultimately, you are the only person who can truly define your worth and success. I also wanted to read this about narcissists. I found this interesting. It says people with NPD present severely overly inflated feelings of self-worth, grandness, and superiority over others. People with NPD often exploit others who fail to admire them. They are overly sensitive to criticism, judgment, and defeat. I also saved this little piece about high control groups on social media, also known as extreme influence. And I think that there's quite a few creators that could fall under this, where they have those really rabid fan bases. But it says high control groups are organizations that entice unsuspecting individuals to commit to and comply with the group's way of thinking, acting, and believing. If you aren't with this creator, now you are against them, basically making a straw man argument over losing someone's support. Especially if you make it public, you pulled your support from them, claiming you now support the opposite of what they do, when the reality is you might just no longer agree with their content or delivery. I felt like that hit home in such a direct way. It's a little bit mind-blowing, because I've said it before, I'll say it again. If I support you and then I no longer support you, I have every right to make a video and share my opinions and tell people what made me come to that decision. But there are several creators that I've done that, and it unleashes such craziness and vile behavior from some people. It's mind-blowing. I know this was a quick little video, but I wanted to put it out there because I feel like criticism has been kind of a common topic as of lately. And, you know, I've gotten my fair share of criticism. I deliver criticism on my channel. I talk about other people that are getting criticized. And I think it's important to just make sure that you stay self-aware. Those things don't just apply to somebody that has a YouTube channel. That can apply to somebody who is creating something but not posting it on the internet. It could apply to many, many different people. I've said before, I think that some YouTubers and influencers, them in criticism, it's just like oil and vinegar. And the more people who amp them up and excuse their toxic behavior, they're going to continue to think that nothing is wrong with what they're doing, because they have toxic fans standing behind them applauding behavior that is very clearly vile and problematic. But either way, I will have some other content coming, but I figured that I would do this one off because I've done some Ruby Frankie stuff, and that's always, you know, really heavy and tough to kind of talk about and tough to consume for I think a lot of us. So I wanted to do something totally unrelated and lighthearted. But tell me how you guys feel about criticism. Tell me what interactions you've had with other people online when offering criticism. And are you one of those people that can offer your criticism without being overly hateful about it? Because I think some people are like, oh, well, I was giving criticism, but they were actually just being hateful and disguising it as criticism. You guys know what I mean? But either way, I think that's enough blabbering for today. So for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.